Hello and welcome back to SnowRunner with me, Mark from DadX, and it's a rather grey, dreary morning here in Michigan. Oh, Mr. Turning. Easily distracted I am. Right, we're heading down to the timber yard. You may recall we have the consumables on board we need that we picked up from the farm already. And we're going to grab some wood. We're going to drop these up to town storage. Then we've got to figure out how to get that fuel carrier trailer from across the river back across, which may involve helping reconstruct a bridge. So here we are. I'm enjoying this truck very much. It's got the four-wheel drive, the GMC. It's great on the roads. It can do the run up into town. It probably could have done this run quite capably. Might have taken a little bit longer, but until it at least gets all-terrain tyres, which all these trucks need me to get to level 6 to do, it's just a little bit limited. So we're going to stick here with the Fleetstar in his lovely red and black El Camino style, for me, paint job, and we're going to get on. So I hope you've enjoyed the little distraction in the car and in the swamp. Thank you very much again, guys, for your feedback, for your hints. I really like that in the kind of tutorial for the start video that I've done. There's been a really good exchange of advice in there. One little argument about frame rates, but we won't dwell on that. I actually just find some games not easier to play on the console, just more convenient. You know, there's the practical issue of where and when I can play games in an accommodation I share with other people, and with my technical track record. Right, trailer, bumper, right, wooden planks, two of those. So we just got to take these up into town now. Yeah, with my technical expertise, it's best if I just leave the PC for Eve and recording and editing as well. I do get through quite a few components. I have a history of breaking computers, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, consoles definitely have their downside, but for me, in a practical sense, if no other, they definitely have an upside. So here we are. The other thing that I am very weak about with PC games is as soon as I start messing about with mods, I get so sidetracked. It's another reason that I limited playing Farm Simulator to console, because otherwise I never would have got any farming done. I'd have been trying things out constantly. Now, there is an engine upgrade on the map, I have been informed, for this truck. That would be quite handy, because a bit more oomph would be a great benefit, just to speed things up. And obviously, guys, if you want to play this game and just really get on with it, that's absolutely brilliant, and there is the truck to do it waiting for you in Russia if you want to sell the ones you've got right now in this my playthrough. And yeah, you can whiz around the map, and I've tried it, but being able to drive with a really heavy load right across a map and only having to slow down twice, getting slowed down maybe twice and having to slow down twice, is a different way of playing the game. So the one that kind of intrigues me, which is just the puzzle of figuring out how to do it. But we will definitely get onto the big stuff. We will have to, because I know some of the missions involve big loads and really bad routes. So I'm getting so sidetracked. Town storage is behind us. Still a trailer up here I could pinch at some stage if I needed to. Handy to know. Save me having to go and get one from the garage potentially between jobs. Not the garage, but the trailer store, which is next to the garage. Right. So cargo management. Deliver. And now it wants the fuel carrier trailer, and that is on the other side of the river. No, I've done that. That's the wrong mission. Excuse me. Still river supplies. The fuel carrier trailer is here. This bridge, wooden bridge, this needs repairing to shorten our route. There seems to be a route out the back of the lumber mill onto this island. I don't know what this crossing's like, but it looks like it might be manageable. Build that bridge, nip over here, get a trailer, bring it back up into town. That's the plan. So we're going to head down here, leave the trailer at the lumberyard, and then just take the load of timber. Because I have checked, you can see what you need for the wooden, yeah, well, it's called the wooden bridge mission. So there's a clue. But I am going to double check. Wooden bridge, it is just 2 wood. Yes, easy peasy. Right, down to the lumberyard. I am going to do a little bit of stuff off camera. I'm not going to find any upgrades or any vehicles or anything of any significant note off camera. But I will just get a bit of stuff done because the leveling up needs to happen for the trucks to get better. And you'll see most of it. You just might miss a bit. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's quite frustrating from my point of view sometimes. Like I can't just crack on and play the game because I need to kind of think about it and do it a little bit episodically and record it. And as I say, I do have to fit in the recording of what's going on in there here at the HQ. So that's where we are. Oh, a bit slippery down here. It's actually quite bouncy and slippery with no load. You can tell you've got no load. I've got the camera on the trailer for some reason. I think I tried to click to first person or in cab, and of course that switched the camera back to the trailer first. Very bouncy with no load on, which can cause you problems if you bounce right off the road, of course. Right, so we're going to pull in here. We're going to leave a trailer here. You have that trailer, you can just stay there. We'll grab a load of timber, 2 loads of timber with wooden planks, and we need to go around the back of the building, cut this corner and over onto this island. Right, how hard can that be? I still wish there was a compass on the HUD. I know the waypoint system is very good and very easy to use, but maybe it's just because I've got used to such things. I went back and had another look at the old spin tyres on my PC, briefly actually, and in that hardcore mode, another difference there was that, in fact in the game in general, is that you had to take loads to the garage to unlock the garage before you could even use it. It made the startup quite a bit more challenging, because you'd usually have to get 2 loads of garage points across the map to the garage from where you actually started, rather than just drive there and discover it as you can. Right, this is that river crossing, and I'm just going to keep going because we know about my attitude towards momentum. The pathway looks really wet. There's an upgrade right there. Hello, upgrade. This looks a bit drier than the path, so I'm going to cut around anyway. What have we got? Raised suspension for the current truck. That's quite handy. We shall fit that next time we're in the garage, but for now we'll just get on. And there's the wooden bridge. Oh my word, yes, definitely needs a bit of help by the look of it. Right, and after what happened in the last episode, luckily for me, the place where you accept the mission is here. I think I've got to go into that box to actually tell it I want to build the bridge, even though I can kind of track it on the map. No, I'm not sure. These side missions are a bit odd. So, show task, there you go, wooden bridge, accept, and now I've got to drive over here, fortunately, and just drop the wood off, and a wooden bridge is built. Ta-da! Oh look, that's it's a doozy. So let's get going. The trailer, there you go, the fuel trailer is over there. How wet is this? This isn't too bad, it looks worse than it is. But we are unladen. And this is just a trailer. I'm going to stay on this side, that looks a bit more solid than that mush. This trailer is just a tow-along trailer. There is a trailer, fuel trailer, or two involved in a couple of the missions. So do check when you're looking at the missions if it tells you you're going to need a high saddle or a low saddle, etc, etc. And the other thing I do know, I do have another save going on another account. I've stolen my son's account, just to make sure, well, just to play through actually, just to try a few things out. What I did notice was that don't be tempted when you pick up this fuel truck, or any fuel truck that you've got to take for a mission, to nick any out of it to top your truck up. This must be full of fuel when you deliver it, or it won't accept it. Okay, that's coming with us nice and easily. See, if you look, even though it's the mission objective, oh, wrong button. If I change me to the target, yeah, I could nick fuel out of there, but I'd need to take it then to the petrol station to fill it back up again. I guess in a fix it would get you there. It would be much better than having to drive another vehicle out here to refuel you. It's certainly something to bear in mind, right? I thought this bit of the map was going to be worse than it is, or maybe I'm just being complacent. But I certainly do just tend to avoid the rutted bits if possible, or at least keep one side of the truck out of the ruts. It does seem to stop you getting too bogged down, and I want to get across this mud, I think. I want to take the same side down to that bridge that I took coming out, because it certainly worked. Oh look, see, we're getting a little bit stuck here. Low gear, lock the diff, so I'm just seeing what I can do before I take the winch. Could I have managed if there was no tree? Not really. So the winch is going to just get us moving, and we'll just keep the jolt going ourselves. There you go. And I'm going to go back into normal gears, because I think we're okay. Seems to be dragging that trailer rather than it rolling, but and just the fact I haven't got a load on the truck is making a difference, because obviously I haven't got that weight on the back axle like I did before, so in a sense this is a little bit harder. But do remember, I'm going to demonstrate, if you're stuck with a trailer and it's the trailer that's stuck, or you know, whatever, just detach the trailer. You drive yourself out of trouble. Like here, I'm slipping on that wood. Oh no, I've got my handbrake on, see me. So if you get stuck, get yourself out of where you're stuck, then get the winch onto the trailer, pull the trailer, and quite often the trailer will actually move easier itself if it's the trailer that's stuck, just by doing it like that. Again, the only thing to bear in mind is that you have to be attached to a trailer for a mission to recognise, or a box to recognise that you've got it. But you can do this pretty much for the whole journey, and in some cases it is the easier way of doing it. It puts less, I don't know how to put it. It's yeah, it just makes getting the trailer around can be easier this way than literally having it attached. So another little tip there for you is don't be scared to tow it on the cable rather than attach it. So you're coming up to town storage, so we're going to go back the way we came, I guess, aren't we? Which is this way. And I didn't really like the look of the road, the trackway, especially down by the crossing. So, yeah, I'm just going to drag this all the way with me. It's got none of the trailers have got brakes. Bear that in mind, though. It will roll away if it can when you detach it, or in this case, it's more likely to roll into me. But yeah, sometimes the way the weight of the trailer pulls the back of the truck down, but lifts the front of the truck up as well, rather than the, you know, without the load on you. The physics are in effect. It's another reason raised suspension isn't always just better. For one thing, if when you pull away the suspension kind of compresses, it looks cool, like the back of the truck goes down. But that's power that should be going into pushing your truck forward that's being wasted on compressing your springs. So in terms of dragging the load, you're actually wasting energy. But if you need the ground clearance, then obviously raised suspension is what you're going to need. Right, let's get you out of here, Mr. Fuel Trailer. I can't see there's any danger of you getting stuck going down that hill, but I'm just going to avoid the mud because I can. So there you go, we've built a bridge. And I like the way that the map's got the things on it. It's like you don't have to do this, and the reward for doing this isn't particularly great, but it's going to save you a lot of time if you just invest a bit in doing this. I like that. Right, easy peasy. So I don't know, the GMC I might move up here to town, because we know it can get sort of from town to the lumber yard to the, you know, to the garage if it needs to. So that could maybe act as like a shuttle truck. I'm just conscious of having to drive trucks back and forth across the map and thinking of ways to avoid it. You see what I mean? So the GMC could kind of pick up metal beams from up here, drop it, meet this truck maybe for the other half of the journey. And using a crane, which we will use in the next episode, we'll do a bit of craning. I've already used one very nicely to get myself out of a bit of mischief, and I did record that, even though it was on the other account. I am going to slip it into the video. The trailer, I lost the trailer trying to drag it over some rocks. And if your trailer tips over, then the load comes out whether you've packed it or not. And I then had to use the crane that luckily I had fitted to get the trailer out and upright, and then the loads back into it, and I kind of managed it. But because that was kind of done in the field, I'm going to do a deliberate kind of segment of the basics of how to use it, because when you're dangling, let me just say, yeah, when you're dangling a trailer on the end of a wire when you're balanced on a rock, I may not have been using the controls in the most explanation-friendly way possible. Right, we're in town. We're going to have no more issues of me not remembering to have accepted the mission. And we're going to take the Scout 800 out next in terms of scouting, simply because we haven't used it. There you go, automatic, didn't have to do anything. So we got $2,800, 260 XP. How are we doing on the XP front? I need another 300 XP to go up to level 4. And we've done 17% of the Michigan map, 8% of the overall game. Lovely stats. Now, in terms of stealing trailers from around the map, let's have a look. I'm going to try to see if I can tell what's in this one. I'm getting better. That's bricks at the front, and maybe service supplies at the back. But I'm pretty sure that you're very rarely going to need one-on-one. If we attach the trailer, and I go to unpack, remove cargo, sorry, there you go. If you had a load on your back, you'd have 4 crosses. So we've got 2 X's. We can just go remove selected, remove selected. So I hope I don't need those very soon. But that's how you empty a trailer. You can do it with a crane, and what I thought you might be worth doing is when you're going somewhere that's a bit out of the way to pick up 2 of the commodity, why not take a trailer, get 4, use your crane to just drop 2 off, or leave them on the trailer at a kind of a yard, a depot point you've made up. That's handy. And again, use that as kind of a bit of a hub. But, right, what are we going to do now? Right, let's have a look at the map. I just want to decide whether we want to keep the truck up here in town, take it back to the garage, or what? What have we got next? So we've got this lost container. We need a truck with a crane that's over at the warehouse. We need to deliver it to the warehouse. Where is it? I've got to find it. Okay, so that's 1300, 210 XP. Is there anything? Oh, we've got a new mission unlocked here, have we? Materials order. Right, they go on to the next map. So we're not going to venture in there yet. They want to go into the next map. So we don't want to do those just yet. What else have we got? We've got any wet harvest. Deliver to the farm. We know the farm. 2 wooden planks. 1 metal planks and 2 bricks. So right, we're in town, so we can get the metal planks. We can get the wooden planks at the timber yard on the way back using the trailer that we left there for that purpose. And then when we need to get the bricks, we'll have to take our first run with a truck up to the warehouse. So that's going to be the next run for the truck. But as promised, let's get back to the garage. Here we are with the Scout 800, which I believe we have no upgrades available for as yet whatsoever. It's completely stock. We do have a range of tyres, including, I think, no, I thought there was an off-road one, but we've certainly got all-terrain. We can go up to 35 inch, which are massive. We've got plenty of money because we sold that Kodiak. I quite like that tread pattern. We'll go for big bounce. We'll go for the 35 inch all-terrain tyres straight off the bat. I haven't finished with you yet, potentially. So we do have the autonomous winch, which we could afford. And that kind of makes us disaster-proof. But I quite like disasters. Spare wheel, 1700. Quite expensive. It goes inside. In the back, that is just a spare tyre. It's not repair points. And then we've obviously got the roof rack we could put on. And I shall put that on. So we've got fuel, spare tyres, 4 spare tyres, some fuel and some repair points on the roof. And snorkels are locked. I'd like some kind of fog lamps, but is that exclusive to the... Is that an either or? With the the roof rack's got some fog lamps on it, so that's okay. And we could put a new front bumper on, but no significant change, so we shan't. And got a mighty choice of 2 rims. And nothing very interesting. External horns, no. Look at that. That's a look. No, that looks silly. I don't like it. And the paint job will stay with the mango and white, and we'll get this guy out. Let's have a look. Let's get you cracking. We got full-time diff lock, and we got switchable all-wheel drive. So this should be very good for the nasty places, especially for stock. I don't know if we looked in here with a Scout, but you can get a 2-slot Scout flatbed, a small Scout fuel tank, or a 1-slot flatbed. That might be useful maybe if you need one odd thing, but there aren't many missions that only need one of something that I've seen so far. And I don't know, we'll have a look at the 2-slot trailer. It's very low, and I'm going to switch to day for artistic reasons. We'll go straight in with lunchtime. Before we go anywhere, we've got a repair truck here. And as I said, fuel trucks you can use to repair if you find them out on the map, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to let me get repair points, or is it now I'm right on it, off of that trailer? Or is it because I've got no damage and that's full? Right, let's take some damage. Come on, let's get going. We need something lumpy. There you go. That's damage. 28 damage to the engine. Let's see if we can get a puncture. Can we get a puncture while we're here? I don't think I can get the tyre snagged on anything quite right. No, anyway. We've got some damage. We're going to do a puncturing another day. Let me see now. I might just cut all this out if nothing happens here, but let's see. Can I now top up? If I now repair myself from the roof rack, I repaired my engine. Can I now top up the roof rack from the repair trailer? If I can, it's going to be very good, because I want to leave a repair truck up at the petrol station as a kind of a satellite hub. but you cannot pick up the points from the trailer. So I'm going to have... It's okay, it just means you've got to have a truck attached to the trailer to use the repair points from the truck. Maybe to top up the rack. I'll need to check that now. Another time. There's nothing handy. We're going to get on scout. Right, let's see. We're heading out. Where do we need to go? We need to get some upgrades, I think. So there's one down here in this wet area. There's one out here on the island. So we're going to take this road straight up over here, which I don't think we've used yet. And then we've still got a dark area here. There's something there. So yeah, off we go. And let's see how this guy gets on. In two-wheel drive at the moment. I'll get zoomed out. And what you can see straight away is that he's quite rolly. I think this might be one, especially with the roof rack on, to make sure you don't tip him over quite a lot. So this might be... You see what I mean? There's so much, so soft a setting on that suspension. There's so much movement. We'll see. Going to be great for getting through areas like this, but if you do it too fast, you're going to get very bouncy. You just want to make sure you don't get bounced over or bounced off the edge of something. Lights are, yeah, we got those fog lights up on the roof rack, so we've got super bright lights now. I'm very pleased to say this is daytime. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, we're going okay. I must say the tree trunks on the ground seem to be much less of a challenge than they were in spin tyres. They used to get really snagged up in your wheels and dragged under your suspension, and you just the tyres would slip on them a lot more. They're definitely there, and they make you jump and bump, and if you're already slow and in the mud, they can be a bit of a nightmare, but not the nightmare I remember. Oh, what have we got here? This is new. This was that great. Oh, we got another fuel. That's handy to know. What's that? We've got a task here. Missing oil tank. Details. Where's the missing oil tank? Off-road truck is recommended. Ooh, might be another job for the loaf. Maybe. I don't know. The loaf can have a rest. So our first job is to find the first upgrade, which is over here. So we're heading over there. So we're going to go straight over this hill, because that's what scouts are for. Or are we? Is it worth going over that hill? It's not exactly a big detour to go round it, is it? No. Not really. But we're having no troubles here at all. You don't want to be going too fast in this and go into bumpy land. That's what I look. Yeah. That's what I'm going to say. But I think this is going to get where you want to go. Which... Now, do we want to be at all adventurous here? We can cut through the trees and down here. And that is solid land. I love this map. And it's definitely worth rotating. It shows heights quite well and contours and stuff. So you shouldn't be too surprised by what you're finding. And this is what I mean about the tippy nature here. Oh, there's a tree. That's the bonnet. I can't see anything. I can't see a thing. Are my lights on or not? Have I smashed my lights off or something? No, that is my lights on. Right. Wow. Okay. Back up a bit and just try turning. Or do we just back up and get out of here? Was this an awful plan? I absolutely cannot see where I am. Ah, there's a gap. So there's a tree right in front of me. I need to try to get around it. This is blind driving. There you go, daylight. Hello, Birch. Right. Wow. I didn't realise it got quite that thick down there in those woods. The rain's coming down now and we've got a bit of a camber going on here. So, we'll be gentle, gentle. Sorry, little tree. What have we got here? Get upgrade SnowRunner. Alright, this is the off-road gearbox. That gives you 3 speeds in low ratio. And it fits to all the scout vehicles. That is going to be a very handy one to have. I think it takes 5th gear off your gearbox, so you're a bit slower on the road. Right, where are we going now? We're going for this island. So we want to go straight across here. Get into some wet stuff with the Scout 800. But I am taking it easy. I'm very conscious of this, the bouncy tippiness of this thing. It's got quite a high centre of gravity. Obviously the roof rack adds to that. And you can see the stuff in the roof rack just kind of jiggle about and shift. And I think as you like give fuel out, I don't know if you lose any of the cans off the back and they get even more wobbly, but it would be cool if you did, if it did. Can I get through here? Not if I'm just running into that tree branch, I can't. Right. To the, yeah, right of that birch, left of that birch. Sorted. Right, which way now? We are going there. And we'll go straight up that hill. Basically. Bit of a ditch. Not like them Russian ditches we found. This is going okay. This is going okay. Oh, there's a rock. We've got a, no, we made it. We made it. I don't like that. That's a tip over waiting to happen, getting sideways on a slope. No! Roll over, roll over, roll over. We're dead. I was very wary of how top heavy this one was, and he's stuck in here. I'm not going to recover this guy to garage. We're going to get the Chevy and come and rescue him. I'm going to bring the Chevy over. You know the route I'm going to take. We'll be back very shortly. Right, I've picked up the Chevy. It's got a rescue mission, so it's got fog lights and flashy beacons, which will start flashing, I think, when I start the engine. There they go. We've got bull bars on the front. We've got the same wheels and tyres as were on the Scout. But bear in mind, you need the raised upgraded suspension on this Chevy to put those wheels and tyres on. They go on the Scout 800 with the standard suspension. It does have a raised suspension upgrade. So it's already raised, so heaven knows how tippy and wobbly it is with double raised suspension on it. We've also in the back got spare tyre and some repair points. No fuel. I haven't unlocked the roof racks for this one yet. They're quite high level unlocks. But also this sits nicely in the bed. It doesn't mess with the centre of gravity. It puts a little bit of weight over the back wheels, which can't hurt. We do have the manual gearbox fitted, the snow gearbox. So the difference is, our in automatic is exactly the same as it has been, although we don't have a 5th gear. We have 1 to 4 forward and auto reverse. Alternatively, when we're out on the rough stuff, or if we needed to apply diff locks, which we obviously don't actually have on this vehicle, we go into low gear. And down the bottom we've got the lowest of the low gears, and that's as fast as we will go. So once we get going, we can go up to the middle one, basically low second and then low third. So when you're actually trying to get some traction when you're stuck, and we've got manual reverse there too. So when you're trying to get some traction when you're stuck, basically, ideally start in low first, then low second, low third, but just try to see which one gets you the most traction. It might not be one of those gears if you're not locking your diff locks anyway, which we can't until we get that upgrade. The other gear we have is at the top of the gearbox. It's H. I think that means kind of overdrive, because if you try to pull away in it, you stall. So if you're in automatic, let's see, let's get up to a decent speed in automatic without tipping over. Let's fly down here. Now I'm going to shift up into that gear. Now it slows me right down. So is that right? So that's like a high-low ratio gear. That's what the H is. Anyway, I'm going to see you over by the Scout 800, and we'll get him out of the predicament we got him into. Okay, so we're just getting into the bottom of the hill where we left our friend. And I think he's in the woods over here. Don't get stuck. In general on the ride over here, this is just much less tippy. It can be just as bouncy. And without the diff locks, it does get a little bit bogged down and slowed down than the Scout 800 does. But man, does it feel less dangerous. Right, let's have a look. Where is the guy? I can't even see where he is now. I thought he was here. No, I'm about a row of trees away. Right. There he is. Right, let's not tip this one over. Okay. So all we need to do here is back up. Get straight, pointing straight back down the hill, and then we'll get the winch on and we'll drag him from the front, I think. From his front. Just to get him out here, because he's tangled up on that tree up there. Come on, come on. Right, pull on the winch. So I'm pulling the winch, but his wheels are going. I'm not sure if when I was trying to get that truck out of the swamp, the fact it was I was asking it to reverse made it a bit more complicated to get it to apply power at the same time as me and winch. This guy's he's running his engine. It's a pity he can't now winch himself. At least I can get him upright out here. So we're going to let him go there. Is there space to maybe just help him roll back over here? Might be the quickest solution. Go on, you want to stand up? You interested in standing up? I need to whack you a bit more square on, don't I? You know, you got to find your own way of doing things sometimes. It's not going to work because he's up against the tree. Right, we'll get the winch on him. Come on. I just like to try. Are you out of there enough now to be turned over? Now who do I trust to go and get the upgrade? We can't just give up on the Scout, can we? No, I want the winch as high as possible on him, please. Is that the tree over there? I don't want to winch the tree. That one. Thank you. Right, come on. Over you go. Right, there we are. Team's all here. Look, he's running his engine. Oh, we can do a little dance. Look at that. Love it. The Scout's waltz. Anyway guys, I'm going to leave you there. We'll be back very soon. you can let me know in a comment who should carry on scouting for the upgrades. Maybe 800s to get a second chance. It does, with the roof rack on, it just feels really tippy. I haven't really tried it without the roof rack on, to be honest. Maybe I'll try that. For now, leave us a like if you've liked it. Any comments, suggestions, ideas, things I've got wrong or missed or driven past, let me know in the comments. That's great. Subscribe if you want to stay in touch, and click the notification bell if you want an alert when a new video comes up. And for now guys, just take care of yourselves and each other, and goodbye.